So Apple just announced all of the new features coming to iPhones, MacBooks, iPads, their entire lineup. So today we're gonna talk about the best ones, starting with the iPhone. So iOS 18 is coming this fall, and there are a lot of really great features coming. So first things first, customization. Now Apple's been on the customization train for these last few updates, and now we're gonna see more customization come to the home screen. So one feature that I think a lot of us have been waiting for is the ability to move around our app icons. So now you're gonna be able to move app icons so like entire rows can be at the bottom part of the screen or maybe off to a corner. So now we're gonna actually have gaps between our apps. Ooh, coined that one. But don't show that you're too excited because someone with an Android is gonna definitely rain on your parade. So the ability to create a cohesive theme on your home screen is now gonna be native. I'm curious to see just how much flexibility. I believe Apple also mentioned being able to have larger icons. So I'm interested in seeing just how customizable this home screen is going to be. Now, while we're on the topic of appearances, if you're a big fan of dark mode, you'll also be able to change the app icons to that dark mode theme. So you're not just going to see the background of the apps go dark, now the icons are gonna go dark. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge dark mode guy. I think I kinda like them equally, but black icons, I think it'll convert me. Now, customization is also coming to Control Center. You know, when you swipe down from the right side and you get access to all of those quick settings, you're going to be able to customize the way that looks, as well as add new applications to that area. So I think they mentioned cooling down or heating up your car from like the Ford app. These are the kind of integrations we're gonna be able to see right from Control Center. But it seems like Control Center is gonna turn into that one-stop shop for all of the quick buttons and features that you wanna get quick access to, where you swipe down and you pretty much get access to everything without needing to jump into another app. Now, there's also gonna be some really nice privacy features coming with the ability to lock applications. Now, that is great because, you know, sometimes we're handing our phones over to someone to see something, and you don't want them just browsing around on their own. So if you want to lock, like, let's say your Photos app or your Messages app, you can lock them so that whenever you jump into them, Face ID is required or your passcode. And if you want to take it a step further and you simply don't want anyone to know you have a certain application, you'll be able to straight up hide it and it'll be in a hidden folder, kind of like you have the hidden folder in your Photos app. So you'll be able to now hide applications as well. All amazing changes. Now, they're also introducing this new pairing process for different Bluetooth devices where it's going to become even simpler to pair it up to your iPhone. Similar experience to what we get with our AirPods. That is definitely going to help speed up and make the pairing process a lot easier for Bluetooth. You know what, guys? I'm not even gonna front. I gotta keep checking this phone because there are a lot of things announced today. So I'm gonna be using this as my reference. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always wished I could respond with a tap back to a message with an emoji. And now we're going to be able to do that. So you can get the exact expression or feeling that you want to convey to that message. You can now deliver it. I think that's going to be huge. Also with messages, now you're gonna be able to schedule a message. You can schedule the message so that it sends it out right when you want them to. They're also adding the ability to format your message. So if you wanna underline something or maybe cross something out or even italicize, you're gonna be able to do all of that. There's even text effects that you'll be able to add. They had a few in the Messages app, like when you hold down the send button, you've got that little list, but now there's gonna be a little bit more that you have access to. Now, what was interesting is that the entire time that we were watching this keynote, Apple didn't say AI once. It's called Apple Intelligence. I like how they just own it. Like, you know, that AI stuff, we like that. Ours. We're gonna see a lot of those cool features implemented, like being able to generate your own emoji, and it's called Genmoji, generative AI. It makes sense, Genmoji. Yeah.
I thought that's J.
But we actually gotta move out of this area right now, so we'll continue in a sec. But there's gonna be some other stuff that Apple Intelligence is going to play a part in, like composing the way you write your messages, mail, anything that uses text. You can have AI summarize the message or maybe change the tone of it. Maybe it's an angry message, you want it to be a little bit lighter. So that's something we've seen before, but now it's coming directly to the iPhone. Now, another app that's getting some huge improvements is the Photos app. With the use of Apple Intelligence, we're gonna be able to look for specific photos. So like I can say, show me a picture of Ari in New York in the red dress. And it'll be able to find the exact thing that you're looking for. And I think that's gonna be so cool. Oh, I didn't even mention this. RCS messaging is coming to the iPhone, something Android users have been dying for those group chats that they're running. I'm just joking. But that's iPhone. Lots of cool stuff. Let me know your favorites with a comment down below. Let's see, AirPods got a nice little update where it's going to be able to respond to Siri without having to vocalize your response. Now you can just nod or shake your head. So if Jay is calling, should I answer? And now there's gonna be personalized spatial audio in games for the folks who care about that. Now let's talk about the MacBook. So we're getting a new version of macOS, macOS Sequoia. We're going to be seeing amazing continuity features. This was mind-blowing. So now if you don't have your iPhone near you, but you want to do something on it, there's iPhone mirroring. You can pull up iPhone mirroring and it'll allow you to basically use your iPhone on your MacBook screen. And the best part is, while your iPhone is over there, it doesn't even look like you're using it. It's on the lock screen and you're just going through the entire thing without somebody potentially seeing what's going on your screen. To me, that's a mind-blowing feature because you'll also be able to get notifications from your iPhone on your Mac. You can click it, iPhone mirroring will pop right up, and then you'll be able to interact with the app. It all looks like it works really well together. Continuity is easily one of the best things about the Apple ecosystem, and I love how it's improving. You can even grab files from your Mac and paste them right into your iPhone's window and have it show up on your iPhone. So really cool stuff. I wonder what's faster? That's a good question. Now, there's gonna be some other cool features coming to macOS. Safari's getting some updates. There's going to be a new passwords app that are across all of the different OSs, so you can kind of share all your passwords. So now let's talk about iPadOS. So iPadOS is getting the same customization options that we saw come to the iPhone, or we're gonna see come to the iPhone, now on the bigger screen. Now something we're gonna be seeing across iPadOS is this new tab bar. So within this tab bar, you'll get a lot of menu options. You can customize it. And sometimes it'll be able to turn into the sidebar. That is going to be there and it's customizable, which I think is gonna be pretty cool. But I need to mess around with that when it actually comes out to see how useful it is. Now we're also gonna be seeing some changes to SharePlay. One thing that they're adding is the remote control feature, which is going to be a lifesaver for me and my dad, because boy, we be troubleshooting, y'all. Sometimes it's rough. So now I can be able to just take over, boop, 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 boop. Don't even worry about it, Pops. I got it. Go on about your business. And if you don't want to share control of your screen, you can now have the ability to basically tap on certain things so that the person knows exactly where they need to go. So still helpful without relinquishing control. But easily, the most important update for the iPad is the calculator app. Now, folks have been waiting for the calculator app for years, wondering why hasn't Apple dropped it? Just like we wonder why there's no Instagram app for the iPad. Well, Apple made sure if they were gonna come out with a calculator app, it was gonna be mind-blowing, and it is. So the calculator has all of the features that you would expect. It's a giant calculator, but on the iPad, you're able to use something called Math Notes. Now, within Math Notes, you can write out equations, all kinds of stuff, and it'll basically solve those equations for you. So it'll be able to read the equation and put the answer in the right spot. You can even go back and tweak the equation so that it gives you a different answer, and it'll just update the answer based on what it has in front of it. And it's not just equations. They showed examples in physics, a bunch of different variables, but at the end, you still got your answer. Listen, the students these days, they've got it easy because that calculator app is insane. Now, Notes is getting a nice update with SmartScript, and I think this was pretty mind-blowing too. So within Notes, with SmartScript, it's gonna be able to clean up your handwriting. A guy like me absolutely needs that. But even better is that now it's going to basically be able to recognize your handwriting, and let's say you copy and pasted a piece of text from somewhere on the internet. When you paste it next to your handwriting, it is gonna convert it into your handwriting and basically make it a part of your notes. Now we're also gonna see something for watchOS 11. There's gonna be some nice fitness features for those ring lovers out there. And we're also gonna see some smart activities with like the stack feature, like if it's going to rain in your area within the next 15 minutes, they showed that example. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. There's also going to be an ability to access a translator if it notices you're in a new country or something. They also showed some other cool features like a baby sleep tracker, which would have been nice a few years ago for me. All right, so last but not least, we gotta talk about Siri and Apple Intelligence. Relax. So Apple's completely changing the way Siri works for us. Now, instead of that little ball that you see at the bottom, it's going to be a glow around the entire screen. And basically what they're trying to do with Siri is make it a more natural experience. as well as providing contextually relevant information, making it a more overall personal experience. So for the more natural part, you can kind of understand what that would sound like. It sounds like you're having more of a conversation between you and someone else. And with that contextually relevant part, it's going to basically be able to take the information that it has access to with other applications to give you a response. That's going to be really cool. So you can now ask Siri, hey Siri, what time is my mom making it in today? And it'll know based on your previous messages with your mom that she said she was coming at 5 p.m. and she's gonna be able to let you know that. For Siri to be able to pull information based on what you got in other apps. So like if you get a flight confirmation, you can just ask Siri, hey Siri, what time is my flight? What's the flight number? Like you can even do follow-up questions because Siri has contextual understanding, so it knows you're talking about a flight. I think another cool example is like if you're on a website and you're filling out a form and you need access to your license, but you don't have it on you, but you got a picture of it, you can just say, hey Siri, show me my license. And it'll basically be able to know, hey, that photo he has over here of his license is what he needs. It'll show it to you and you can just use it to fill out whatever you need to. So I think that's going to be really cool and make Siri a lot more useful. But all of that is, of course, thanks to the power of AI, Apple Intelligence. Don't you just love how I love it. And with that Apple Intelligence, you can ask for all kinds of stuff throughout the entire operating system that you're using it on. So it's going to be great. And they've even partnered up with ChatGPT to give you even more features. So like, let's say you need to pull up a recipe or something, it's going to be able to give you that information and it's all going to be free. And of course, if you're a ChatGPT user already and you pay for the service, you'll be able to access all of those features natively right on your device. And guys, Apple Intelligence is going to be able to do so much. That's a whole video in itself, but just a couple quick fire things. So in email, you might get a quick summary of what the email's about right from the email list. Notifications, it'll put the important ones or ones that sound urgent to the top. In photos, if there's something you don't want in your shot, you'll be able to just erase it using this feature called Cleanup. So many cool things are going to be able to be made with Apple Intelligence, and what's the best part about all of this is that it's all on device. So for those folks who are concerned about privacy, it's not going up to some server where they're analyzing the data to train their models. It's all going to be here. It's all going to be super private, and in the way they do everything is actually published, so people can know exactly how they're choosing to train the models that they're using. And it's so hard not to get into nerdy, super nerdy stuff here, but basically, guys, AI is going to be coming to Apple devices in a really helpful way that's also really private. The sun keeps moving, y'all, so we keep moving. But I think that's about it. There weren't any new devices, just lots and lots of cool features coming to all of the different operating systems that Apple has. What's their favorite feature? Let me know with a comment down below. There's so much we didn't talk about, Jay. So much, but these were the best.